Good morning to you guys. It is race day for the 97th Stotesbury Regatta, and this morning we're giving you some behind-the-scenes access. Right now we're in the St. Joe's Prep Boathouse, and I'm getting ready to speak with the coach of the defending champs. Don't miss our conversation. It's coming right up.
5:35 on this Friday morning. Ready, set, row.
The 2024 Stotesbury Cup Regatta presented by Toyota kicks off this morning. Our Ross DiMattei is live along the Schuylkill right now where our competitors are prepping for today's races. Good morning, Ross.
Yeah, good morning, Jim and Janelle. We are getting ready to kick off a really exciting two-day stretch of rowing with the 97th Stotesbury Regatta getting ready to kick off along the banks of the Schuylkill River. And this morning we're getting some special access. Right now we're hanging out inside the St. Joe's Prep Boathouse, somewhere we don't often get to go. And I'm hanging out with the man himself, head coach John Fife for the prep. And coach, you're the defending champ, so we're going to get to that in just a second. I'm sure you got the target on your back. But first of all, talk to us about the boathouse itself, because not many people get access into here except for the teams themselves. So talk to us about what this is going to look like in just a couple of short hours when your rowers start arriving.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we're pretty blessed to be the only boathouse that's on the race course. And so we will, and actually the boathouse has only been here for 20 years. So in about 2 hours, our team will start to stagger their way in, because we'll be racing all day, starting at 8 o'clock and ending around 6. So as each boat arrives, they'll come in, get changed, and start to warm up. And then after they're warmed up, they'll meet with their coaches, and then they'll grab one of their boats and then head out, and then head out to the race course to race.
And guys, I've seen the warm up. It's pretty rigorous because you don't want to go out cold onto the river. There's some time in between the actual warm up and competing. And I know that you guys have the targets on your back this year. Like I mentioned, you're the defending champs. We even see the prep banner in the background from 2021. So you guys have won this multiple times. What does that do? How does it change the way your team approaches this competition?
Well, the key is that it really shouldn't change what we do. We try and keep everyone on an even keel. They know the targets on their back. My goal is to keep them overlaxed, but also focused on their race. You know, the fact that we're defending champions only hypes the guys up more. They want to do it again. They want to be part of the history that came before them. So nothing really is going to change, except that we know there's a little bit of added pressure from outside.
And we know that you guys know a thing or two about pressure. The expectation's always high at the prep. Good luck today, Coach. We're actually going to check in with Coach in about an hour's time, because I want to get your perspective on just the regatta itself. We know this is a huge deal for Philadelphia, for the city, the rowing community. So stick around and we'll see you in about an hour. Does that sound good?
Great. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Coach. Appreciate the time. And guys, we're also going to talk with the commissioner of the regatta coming up in about a half an hour. So much more coverage of the 97th Stotesbury Regatta still to come here on CBS News Philadelphia. I'll send it in to you.
All right, Ross. It looks really cool inside there. So they have all the boats stacked and the rowers on their way. It's going to be a great day. All right, Ross and Coach, thank you so much.
If you want to check out this great Philadelphia tradition, here's some useful information. Admission to the Stotesbury Cup Regatta is free. Kelly Drive, as Chandler has been mentioning, is closed, but free shuttle buses will be running with the first stop along Boathouse Row. Time trials are set from 8 this morning till 3 this afternoon. The action continues tomorrow with semifinals beginning at 8 a.m. and the finals wrap up around 6 o'clock tomorrow night.
All right, wishing them well.
I want to head back down to the Schuylkill where the Stotesbury Cup Regatta presented by Toyota gets underway this morning.
Yeah, just about an hour and a half away from now. Rowers from all over the country and Canada as well right now getting ready to compete. Our Ross DiMattei joining us live along the banks of the Schuylkill. And Ross, it is cool. The water looks fairly calm, so not a bad day for a regatta.
No, this is like ideal conditions, guys. And, you know, this is the largest and oldest high school competition in the country. And first of all, I got to make a major correction. We showed you some rowers in our last half hour, and I said that they were the high schoolers. It turns out they're actually the college teams getting into practice before all the high school action starts. And I was so graciously corrected by none other than the head coach of St. Joe's Prep, Coach Jim Fife. So thank you for your expertise and for keeping me honest here on the morning show.
Of course, of course.
So let me just ask you, we got about an hour and a half to go until the regatta starts. I know some of your freshman rowers have showed up. You got different heats throughout the day, different time trials. What do you tell your guys on race day to get them in the right mindset and to get them ready to go for race day?
I actually don't have to do a whole lot. I mean, those guys are pretty dialed in right now. So they're coming in now. They're going to get on the rowing machines and start to warm up. They're going to get in a good stretch. And the goal for them is just to be focused on what they're doing, get really warmed up because there's not a whole lot of space for them to warm up out on the water. So we want them dialed in and ready to go right as they shove from the dock.
Clearly what you're doing is working, because you guys won last year. Not only won the Stotesbury Regatta, but you guys pretty much dominated. I mean, you swept all the 8 rowing events. And talk to me about what you tell your guys every year about what this championship, this Stotesbury Regatta, means to you and the program at St. Joe's Prep.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that, because I spoke to the team last night before we broke for the night, and you know, we discussed what we talked about on the very first day of practice back in September, and we talked about this very day and how what we do is leading up to what we do at the Stotesbury. It's such a historic regatta, and it's here on our home course in Philadelphia. It means everything to our guys. You know, not just defending our championship, but really being ambassadors of rowing for Philadelphia.
Yeah, you feel a sense of personal pride, and also you got to defend the home course, of course, here on the Schuylkill River. Let me just ask you, finally, I mean, we know that these banks are going to be packed with spectators and competitors. What's your favorite part about this competition? Is it the competition itself? Is it raising that trophy come tomorrow afternoon? What's your favorite part?
There is such a buzz here for Stotesbury, because there's so many people here, and you know, what we do as rowers is almost all the time we're alone and no one's watching us, and this is one of the few times when we feel like we're in an arena. And I remember the very first time I was at Stotesbury when I was a freshman here at the Prep, and that was when I got hooked. I remember watching our varsity 8 win, and just the crowds that were cheering them on. I was hooked right then and there.
Yeah, Coach Fife has not only coached this event, but he's also competed in it, so unique perspective. And guys, I'm going to end with this. I think we found the secret to St. Joe's success, and it's not Coach himself, it's not the rowers, but actually it's George, Coach's pet dog here. Tell me about what George means to you and the program.
George has been, I wouldn't call him a mascot. I'd say he's part of the team itself. I don't think we could do what we do without him.
He's an honorary member of the team, and guys, he's got the lay of the land here. He's got the best spot in the whole city, if you ask me. He gets to overlook what should be a great competition here for the 97th Stotesbury Regatta. Should be a great 2-day event today and tomorrow, and it gets started with time trials coming up in a little over an hour at 8 o'clock. Should be exciting. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Did you notice George just nodded? He was like nodding his head when yes, this is a very intelligent dog.
There he is. And what a beautiful dog, too. Makes sense.
He was nodding, saying, you guys know I run this whole thing.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Ross.
If that's what does it, hey, kudos to St. Joe's Prep. That's fantastic, and wishing them and all of the teams the best of luck today, Ross. Thank you.
So if you want to check out this great Philly tradition, here's some useful information. So admission to the Stotesbury Cup Regatta is free. Kelly Drive, as Chandler's been mentioning all morning long, is closed, but free shuttle buses will be running with the first stop along Boathouse Row. Time trials are today from 8 this morning until 3 this afternoon. The action continues tomorrow with semifinals beginning at 8 a.m. The finals will wrap up tomorrow around 6 p.m.